Hello girls, very good morning to all of you. Welcome back to the another session of our subject, that is computer organization and architecture. This is the second lecture based on the unit number 3. In our previous lecture, I have explained 2 points. First point is related with the number system and another topic is binary addition. In our syllabus, we are having binary multiplication and binary division. But for such, you need to understand binary addition and binary subtraction. So, in the previous session, we have already understand binary addition. I would like to recall that particular lecture once again, so that I can start with the today's session. So in previous session we have discussed number system. Number system is nothing but it is a set of numbers. Numbers may be in the form of natural numbers or integer or irrational or algebraic or real or complex. So these all are the different types of number systems. Now over here, the 4 basic common types of number system are binary, octal, decimal, hexadecimal. Binary contains 2 base, octal contains 8 as a base, decimal contains 10 as a base, and hexadecimal contains 16 as a base. We need to write the combinations or possible digits over here. For binary, 0 and 1 can be used. For octal, 0 to 7 can be used. For decimal, 0 to 9 can be used. And for hexadecimal, it is a combination of numeric as well as alphabet. So 0 to 9 and A to F combinations you need to write. The next slide which we have taken is the table of different types of number system. So this combination you need to write with the number system. This is just for the reference of the number system, right? No need to write in the exam. Now the second question is related with the binary arithmetic. You can compare binary arithmetic with the normal arithmetic, but over here binary is there. So binary is nothing but it is either 0 or 1, true or false. It is like normal number system which performs different types of operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication or division. It is same as normal arithmetic, but over here we are going to work with the binary numbers. So it is simple than the decimal number system because we need to deal with the 2 numbers only, either 0 or 1. And naturally your result would be in the form of 0 and 1 only. Here is a rule of binary addition, right? So binary addition contains 2 output, sum and carry. Sum is represented by variable s and carry can be represented by variable c. Here is the different types of cases which can be occurs during performing the addition. We have taken sum and carry as the output. If 0-0 combination is there at that time, output would be 0. If there is a combination of either 0 plus 1 or 1 plus 0, you will get sum and carry as a 0. For this both the cases, if I perform 3 plus 2 or 2 plus 3 produces the same output, right? So it is same, like 0 plus 1 or 1 plus 0 means in both cases sum would be 1 and carry would be 0. For the fourth case, 1 plus 1 returns 0 as a sum and 1 as a carry. For 111, it is sum as a 1 and carry as a 1. And 4 times 1 will return sum as a 1 and carry as a 10. This table you need to keep in the mind so that you can perform binary additions properly. We have taken examples with integer numbers and with floating point numbers. Now let us begin with our today's session, which is based on the binary subtraction. When you perform subtraction, at that time your output will be in the form of subtraction and in the form of borrow. So subtraction is marked with S and borrow will mark with the variable B. Here the table is given which represents different kinds of cases which occurs, and based on each case there is the value regarding subtraction and borrow. The second point I will explain when I explain the example, right? At that time I will explain the second point. But what is binary subtraction? When we perform binary subtraction, there will be two outputs, subtraction and borrow. Subtraction is marked with S and borrow will mark with the B. Consider the first case when the value of one variable is 0 and the value of another variable is 0, and you are going to subtract the value. At that time output will be 0 as a subtract or borrow. Similarly, for the second case, if you have the value of first variable as a 0 and the value of second variable as 1, that means you are not able to perform subtraction from 0, right? From 0 you cannot perform minus 1. So for that you need to take borrow and you need to write 1 in the subtraction area. 1 minus 0 will naturally return 1, and there is no borrow in this particular case. For the fourth case, 1 minus 1 will be 0, 0 as a subtraction and borrow. So this is the table of performing binary subtraction which you need to keep in the mind. Be careful. I want to repeat that point once again, that if you have not remembered this table, at that time you are not able to perform binary subtraction. So rules table you need to mug up. Then and then only you can perform binary subtraction. Let me repeat this table once again, because our sum is based on the following table only. So 0 minus 0 will return subtraction and borrow value as a 0. 0 minus 1, that means 1 is a bigger value than 0. So you are not able to subtract that value, right? So in such case it will return subtraction as a 1 and borrow as a 1. When you perform 1 minus 0, naturally any number from which you are going to subtract by 0 will return the value itself. That means over here we have 1 only, right? So it will return 1 and there is no borrow. 1 minus 1 will return subtraction as a 0 and borrow as a 0. So this is a rules table. And the second point, as I have told you, that I will explain when we complete our sum. Now let us consider the example of subtraction of binary numbers. The first subtraction is given over here. Subtract 10 from 1000. So in the following example, what you need to do, 1000 you need to write, minus 10 you need to write in this way. Now remember the table of subtraction. You can keep that table in front of your eyes when you perform binary subtraction. Now 0 0 will return 0. 0 minus 1. So 0 minus 1 is not able to subtract the value. So now what we need to do? We need to get back. So we need to consider the before number, right? So for that what I need to do? 0 is marked over here. So you are not able to take value from 0. So what we need to do? We need to take borrow from the first value, right? And over here you need to put 0, you need to write 1 over here and 0 1. So we need to take borrow from 1 and output would be 1. 0 1 means what? You need to see the rules table. 0 1 means what? You need to write 1 over here and you need to take borrow from the first highest order. Now let me explain the second point. The borrow 1 is required from the next higher order bit. See over here 0 is not higher order bit. We are not able to take 1 from the 0, right? So what you need to do? You need to look for the next higher order, which is 1 in this particular case. Let me explain that point once again. Borrow 1 is required from the next higher order bit to subtract 1 from 0. So the result becomes 0. See over here it becomes 0 and 1 is marked over here and 1 is given over here. Let me explain this by taking routine life example or normal decimal number subtraction. See, I have marked the table over here which is related with the decimal number system. If I want to perform 100 minus 9, so what we need to do? You cannot subtract 0 minus 9. So for that you need to borrow the value from the previous one. But over here also 0 is there. So what you need to do? You need to consider the next higher order, which is 1 in this particular case. So we take it and 10 is given over here, 9 is given over here. So output would be 91 in the decimal number system. This is same as a decimal number system. 0 0 will return 0. 0 minus 1 will return 1 as a subtraction, and you need to borrow the value from the previous order. but previous order is not able to give the value. So you need to consider the next higher order from which you can take 1 and it becomes 0. And over here we have placed 9. So what we need to do in the binary number system, we need to place 1 over here. Now consider the second example, 10110 minus 1011. So I have written it over here. Now 0, 1. Right? So what is the situation? You are not able to subtract 1 from the value 0. So what you need to do? You need to borrow the value from the previous order and you need to write 1 in the subtraction area. Again over here 0, 1. So again you are not able to subtract. So you need to borrow value from the previous order and you need to place in the subtraction place. Now 0, 0 will return 0 only. 0, 1 you are not able to subtract, so you need to cut value from the previous order. You need to place 0 over here and you need to put 1 over here. So when you subtract value 10110 minus 1011, you will get answer 01011. This is the answer of the given subtraction. Let me repeat this slide once again. First of all, let me explain decimal number subtraction. If you want to perform 100 minus 9, at that time what you need to do, you are not able to subtract 9 from 0. So you need to take a borrow. So to take a borrow, you need to consider the next order. But again it contains 0. So what you need to do, you need to again consider 1. So you need to cut the value from this and 10 is given to the first number, 9 is given to the second number. 10 minus 9 will return 1, 9 will return 9 and this will return 0. So output would be 91 when you subtract 100 minus 9. Now consider the binary subtraction area in which 1000 minus 10. So now 0, 0 will return 0, 0, 1. So you cannot take a value from 0. So you need to subtract 1 and this is the subtraction area. So you need to write 1 in the subtraction. You need to take 1 from this, but it does not contain any value. So you need to consider the next higher order and you need to cut it and you need to place 1 over here. So output would be 110. This all the things, whether it is addition, subtraction, multiplication or division, that thing you have already learned with the mathematics, right? So I am going to take the example of binary addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, right? So that you can easily understand. I hope you people easily understand the given examples. Now 10110, 1011, in this situation 01 will return 1 in the subtraction area and you need to borrow 1. So it becomes 0. So 01 will again return 1 and cut from the previous value. 00 will return 0. 01 you need to cut value from the previous value and you need to place 1. Now see, let us consider next two examples which is based on the floating point numbers. So in the first case, after point there are three numbers, and over here after point there are two numbers only. So what you need to do, you need to insert 0 over here. Now 1010.010. This is the first number from which you need to perform binary subtraction of number 111.111. Now 01 means you are not able to subtract the number. So you need to place 1 and borrow from the previous number. Again 01 is there. So what you need to do, you need to place 1 and you need to borrow 1 from the previous order. But previous order is this one, because in between that there are two zeros given over here. So what you need to do, you need to borrow from this one. You need to give 1 to both these numbers which contains 0. Now 1 minus 1 will return 0. Point you need to write. Again 1 minus 1 will return 0. 0 minus 1 will return 1, and you need to again subtract from the next higher order, and you need to put 1 over here. 1 minus 1 will return 0. Now see, don't get confused when you perform binary subtraction. Why? Because see, let me repeat what you need to do. See, when there is a situation where when you want to perform 0 minus 1, at that time what you need to consider, you just need to put 1 as an answer, and you need to borrow value from the highest order. Highest order means 1, and in between that 1, whenever there is a 0, so you need to place 1 over here with a 0. Then you can take a borrow from the previous highest order. Let me repeat this once again. 0, 1. So 0 minus 1 is not possible. So you need to place 1 over here, and you need to cut values from this area. Now 0, 1, again 1, you need to cut from here. You need to place 1 in both the zeros. 1 minus 1 will return 0. 1 minus 1 will return 0. 0, 1 means you are not able to perform subtraction from 0 minus 1. So again you need to cut value from this, and you need to place 1 over here. You need to place 1 as the output. 1 minus 1 will return 0. Now let us consider the next example of floating point subtraction. In this 1000.01, we need to subtract value 1111.11. Now see, 1 minus 1 will return 0. 0 minus 1 will return 1, and take borrow from the 1. This becomes 0. So 0 minus 1 will return 1, and you need to borrow value from the 1. You need to give 1 to all the zeros which comes in between these two. Now 1 minus 1 will return 0. 1 minus 1 will return 0. 1 minus 1 will return 0, and over here it is 0. So the answer of this particular sum is 1.10. Let us understand once again. 1 minus 1 will return 0. 0 minus 1 will return 1 and take a borrow from 1. 0 1 will again return. You need to perform borrow over here from this, and in between these two numbers you need to put 1. In all the three numbers 1 1 1 is there, and again 1 1 1 is there, which will return 0. So in this way you can perform subtraction of numbers. So over here we have completed binary addition and binary subtraction. See, addition and subtraction is not there in our syllabus, but because it is useful with the performance of binary multiplication and division, that's why I have explained it over here, right? So this is all about our today's session. In our next session we will continue with the first topic of unit number 3, that is binary multiplication and division, but that lecture you will get only if you properly understand how to perform binary addition and binary subtraction. Then and then only you are able to understand binary multiplication and binary division. So you need to mug up the rules regarding multiplication, addition, subtraction and division, right? So be ready with the rules of binary addition and subtraction. In our next lecture we will continue with the binary multiplication. I hope you enjoyed the session. Stay home, stay safe. Goodbye everyone.